All right, so we are still out here at San Antonio. We're going to be here for a couple more days, and it's time to put the Splendid stackable washer and dryer to the test. I got my wife here with me.
Hey guys.
Before we kick this video off, I want to give a big shout out to the sponsor of this video. That's going to be Nomad Internet. Nomad Internet provides truly unlimited 4G LTE service with no throttling, no contracts, and they work with all major carriers. True unlimited 4G. Very cool. If you're going to be traveling out on the road and you need the ability to connect to the internet, whether it's Netflix or Amazon or whatever you need to use the internet for, in my case it's YouTube, check them out. Very cool. I'll put a link in the description of this video. And yeah, we're going to put our first load in. So this is the dryer up top, and then the washer's down below. Let's take a look at the information screen here so we know what we're looking at. So you have several different cycles you can put it under. You have your rinse, spin, drain cycle here. And over here, this is the guide for the pictures on the knob. So whatever you see right here kind of gives you an idea what you can reference down here with the number. It's kind of interesting. My wife actually discovered that because I was looking at this and thinking all of this looked kind of Greek to me. You have cold, warm, hot setting here, and then you also have the spin speed, delay start, super wash, extra rinse, reduce wrinkles, and you can lock it out. And then you pull this out to load your detergent. And again, if you watched my initial walkthrough video, a lot of people commented and said, well, why do the doors swing out this way when all your space is over here? Why didn't they swing out this way so you have more room? That's really a good question, because I think Splendid could have designed these doors a little bit different so you could reverse them. See, they only give you the area to mount your hinges on this side and not on that side. A lot of residential systems have the ability to swap the door just so you can gain access from the side you prefer. But we are going to go ahead and throw a load in and see what happens. Okay, so we're going to start with towels, and I don't know how many towels. How many towels do you think we're going to put in at first?
I would think maybe 4 at the most.
Maybe 4 towels at the most. We have no idea exactly how many towels we should put in here, but we'll start with 4, simply because some are some really thin towels, and then we have a couple that are just a little thicker. None of them would really be considered like your super large bath towels. If that were the case, what do you think? Maybe 2 at the most? Maybe 1? 3 maybe? So what I'm also going to do is show you the time. Right now the time is 11:49, and for some reason the display on here does not like to show up very well on the camera, but it does say 11:49. There you go. And we're going to get this started in probably another minute and a half after we get it loaded with towels. So let's go ahead and load the final 3 towels in, I think.
That's 3.
Oh, okay.
It has room for maybe 1 more.
Okay.
Let's do a black one. Slip it.
You sure you want to put 1 more in, or you think?
That's 3.
That's 3. It looks kind of full though, doesn't it?
No, it's got room on top.
Oh, does it?
Put your hand up.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it doesn't look that full like that.
Okay.
Okay, so we got 4 towels in. Let's just say 2, actually 3 really skinny thin towels, and then 1 kind of thick towel, and that's the thicker towel. But again, these are standard shower towels or bath towels, are not the large ones. Okay, so included with the washer and dryer, you're going to get what's called a table of wash, which essentially is a table that walks you through the different weights for the different types of things you might put inside of your washing machine. In the case of towels, 6.6 pounds seems to be where they don't want you to exceed, and I believe we're going to be probably a little under that in this case. Up here in your dispenser drawer, this is slot number 1. This is where your liquid or powder detergent would go. This is slot number 2. This is where your fabric softeners, things like that would go. And then this is where your bleach would go. So we're only going to be doing standard detergent today, liquid detergent. We're going to put it in here. And we're not going to put too much in. These are high efficiency, so you shouldn't have to put too much in. But we will put what we feel is an appropriate amount in here. And we'll just fill it right about to there maybe. So we're going to put in about 1/4 of a cup or 1/4 of a lid full of liquid detergent, and they recommend in the instructions that you use the Splendid brand high efficiency liquid or powder detergent, but we're going to use Tide because we like Tide. We'll go ahead and pour that in. And we'll close the drawer here, close the front door. We're going to turn the power button on right here. And sweetie, what setting do you think we should go with here? Cotton regular? Okay. Made extra rinse superwash. I think that's it, right? And just hit the play button. Probably lock the door. There we go. And there's the water coming in. It's always a little scary having a washer dryer in a RV, just because you don't know what it's been subjected to in terms of, you know, abuse as it goes down the road in these things. But people say really good things about these Splendide units. They already have the exhaust vent on the outside of this wall in place, so we shouldn't have to worry about it being able to exhaust, at least when we're drying. But that should start sloshing around here. Yep, definitely tell there's water in the system. Okay, I think it's kind of purged the system with water, so now it's pulling it in. I can actually see water right there at the bottom of the glass on the inside, so it is currently filling up, and you can also hear it inside of this drawer where it kind of flushes the detergent into the system. We got started a little bit later than what I originally said. So it's about 12 o'clock. It's 12:02 right now, and we hit the button about 2 minutes ago. So let's just say noon is when we started, so we can get a pretty accurate idea of how long a typical cotton regular cycle will take. There we go. It's starting to do its thing. Anyways, we will check back with this whenever it is done and we're ready to transfer it to the dryer, and we'll see how long the cycle took. A little bit of an issue we're having right now with the washer. It says H2O on it. It's flashing. It means that there's some type of blockage in the water line coming into it. So we can't give you a full evaluation on how long this laundry is going to take until I can resolve what's going on with the water source coming into it. I believe it's probably just a valve outside. I'm going to mess with the valve and see if it clears away. Yeah, there's a lot of water in there right now. So again, I don't know why this is telling us we have a H2O, a water source issue. I checked outside again, the valves are open and there is water that's actually going in the system. It's draining out quite a bit, honestly. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and get this load out of here. We've ran it 3 times, and at the same point every time it gives us the H2O. So after it seems to have already washed the clothes, about 30 minutes into a cycle, it starts flashing H2O. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and spin this one out, move it over to the dryer, and see if we can figure out what might be happening. This might just be something when it's new. There might be debris or something in the line, something that I'm unaware of. Hopefully it's a relatively easy thing to take care of. It's moving into its fast spin cycle right now, so we'll get to see how this feels in the RV whenever that thing starts moving. Okay, so we went out for about 2 hours and I reset the washer, and it's been doing really good ever since. I actually took the load that was in here and I moved it up here, and this load's been working perfectly. I haven't had any of the no water indicators that we had before, so maybe it was just a break-in period. But yeah, it took a couple of loads to get it going, but right now it seems to be working good. Have the clothes in the dryer, and hopefully they'll all come out dry as well. You know, this is the first fifth wheel that we've had with a laundry station in it, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. If you've had an RV with a washer and dryer or even a combo unit, let me know. I'd like to hear what your feedback is on the units, which ones worked well for you. I know in the RV world, there's only a few brands that are specifically seen in most RVs, and Splendide's one, Pinnacle's the other. I've heard of a few other. I've heard of people putting LG units in, the compact Samsung units, because they do make smaller units. But when it comes to the overall width, these are still about an inch narrower than those, so they tend to fit in, you know, the spaces that the RV manufacturers provide you a little bit better. But I'd love to know your thoughts on these systems. Hopefully everything comes out really well. So far, like I said, we put 1 full load of towels in, and then we've transferred it up here. We had the no water warning several times, and I was able to finally open and shut the valve. There might have been a little bit of debris in there or something, but now it's been working great. I have second load in, haven't had any issues with no water, and you can definitely see that there is water coming down from there, so there is water going into it. And then these should be done here in a little bit as well. Very convenient to have your own laundry station in your RV, though, I have to admit. Anyways, guys, I hope you like this quick little update on these washers and dryers that came in this Vanley Beacon. Beautiful, beautiful fifth wheel. Definitely one that I could see spending a lot more time in. And we will be. We'll be spending a lot of time in this thing because we have it for about 5.5 months now. Anyways, guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.